Hey there, crew. Today we're going to read the story called The Spider Weaver. And it is a legend that talks about the origin of Kente cloth. So it's an African tale about how Kente cloth first started by a little spider. And then even the inside cover looks like Kente cloth with patterns that have lines, shapes, bold colors, and then even little spiders on there as symbols as well. And I love this piece of Kente cloth a lot too because it has the three primary colors plus a little black and white. It reminds me a little bit of Mondrian as well. Here we go. Once long ago, in the Ashanti village of Bonwire in the country of Ghana, there lived two expert weavers. One weaver was called Nana Karagu, the other was Nana Ameya. These men wove a simple cloth called Nwen Natoma, and everyone from the king of the Ashanti people to the lowliest apprentice wore it. So they all wore the same kind of cloth. Late one night, Karagu and Ameya went into the great Ashanti forest to check their traps for grass cutters, animals that they would bring home to roast. On this night, they found grass cutters in all three of their traps. The weavers were very thankful. Can you see them? Uno, dos, tres, 1, 2, 3. And some monkeys up in the trees, too. Karagu and Ameya were returning home when Ameya stopped suddenly. The light from his lantern had fallen on an amazing sight, glowing like moonbeams against the midnight sky. "Come look, my friend," Ameya whispered to Karagu. "I see a small miracle." Their minds are blown. The small miracle was actually a web, but never before had either of them seen such a wondrous design. Yet it had been woven with a single unbroken thread, a thread that was even finer than a strand of human hair. "Let's bring this treasure home with us to study," Karagu whispered to Ameya. There's little tree frogs on the leaves. Do you think they'll be able to just take the spider web with them? Ameya carefully detached the web from where it held fast to a banana tree, but as he did, the web collapsed, sticking to his fingers. Uh-oh. "Oh, it's ruined," Karagu cried. "Now how will we ever learn to weave this beautiful design?" Saddened, the weavers walked home. Their discovery was lost forever. When the men entered their village at dawn, Ameya's wife, Afia, came out to meet them. Afia offered them cool water to drink. Neither man spoke as he ate, and for this reason Afia could sense that something was wrong. "Please tell me what troubles you," she said. "It's a beautiful web," her husband answered sadly. "When we tried to bring it home from the forest to study, it crumpled in my hands and was ruined." "Do you think you can find another one like it?" Afia asked quietly. Karagu was doubtful. This web was very different, very special. No creature ever spins the same web twice. "Perhaps what happened was a blessing," Afia suggested gently. "Though you cannot find the same web again, perhaps you can find the same weaver." And that is what Karagu and Ameya set out to do. Early the next morning, they eagerly made their way through the bush. Past the tall silk cottons and papaya trees, they found the banana tree where they had first seen the extraordinary web. And now you see the monkeys are out, but also elefantes, elephants. Sure enough, in front of them were the beginnings of a new masterpiece. In no time, a slender black leg emerged from the shadows and rested lightly on the silk threads. Ameya and Karagu could see the creature clearly now. The master web weaver was a lovely, large, yellow and black spider. See it there? As soon as they saw the spider, the men felt terrible for wrecking the magnificent web the night before. Now they could see the web was the beautiful spider's home. Longing to take the web home with them, the weavers looked at each other, but neither of them wanted to destroy the spider's home a second time. They were about to leave when the spider looked directly at them and began a little weaving dance. Dip, twist, turn, glide. The spider made her way across and back over the web again. She moved like a woman dancing, regal and very graceful. The spider wove on and on into the afternoon, and the weavers stood still in admiration as they watched her. At dusk, the tired but satisfied spider completed her creation. Look at those amazing lines and patterns and shapes. The spider moved sideways to the edge of her web, but before disappearing into the shadows, she turned in the direction of Amaya and Karagu, and in that brief moment the men were quite certain she smiled at them. Then, in the blink of an eye, she was gone. The beautiful spider, the champion artist spider, had shown the weavers how to weave new, intricate designs. What a wonderful teacher she had been. What a wonderful gift she had given them. With great joy, they returned to their village, and in time the weavers redesigned their loom so they could imitate the spider's weaving dance. At first they copied her patterns in black and white thread, but soon they dyed their threads in bright colors and developed many new patterns themselves. Then they named this new woven cloth Kente, what today is known, commonly called Kente cloth. So the amazing patterns, just like the spider, they created awesome patterns and colors. And now, not everybody has to wear the exact same type of clothing. Everyone in the village wanted to wear this new cloth, but at first only the king of the Ashanti people wore it on special occasions. As time passed, others were allowed to wear the new cloth too. Soon the two weavers were well known across all of Ghana, and because of the spider's generous gift, they created designs and patterns that are still worn throughout the world today. And that is the end. So, Kente cloth comes from Ghana, which comes from the country of Ghana in the continent of Africa, and this legend of the amazing spider is kind of the origin story of Kente cloth itself. So, I hope you enjoyed the legend, and I hope it kind of inspires you to create your own Kente cloth as well. Adios, amigos.